Yes, we're going. Hey guys, Minute here, and let me take one moment to figure this out. I just set it up. English. I just set up dual screens, so I'm still new with it. I've never done this before. Let's see, my channel. Where's my channel? Um, my channel. So I mean, I'm sorry that it's gonna take me a minute. Videos. And of course you're not going to show up as live, are you? Hey, butthole. Come on. We are live, correct? We should be live. If we're not live, I'm sorry. Obviously, you guys won't even hear that. My channel. Refresh. Videos. Are we not live? I guess I'll stop. Hey guys, Minute here, and welcome back to the Cinderella phenomenon. I'm gonna give it a minute, and then I will, maybe it's because I haven't started the game. I'm trying to get the thing to pull up. My brain's not working at all. Karma chapter 6, yes. And this is the first time I'm using a dual screen, so I do apologize. I'm a little confused. Ow, my neck just popped. Why is that video not showing up already? Come on. I know it's showing up as Fallout, but because for some reason the thing's being dumb and not wanting to cooperate with me. I wish I could just pause the stream. Oh, I can. What the hell am I thinking? I just gotta figure out how to do it. I have no idea. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still a noob with this crap. So we'll get it right eventually. Wrong one. Video manager. Come on. Why is it not showing up? This is agitating me, guys. It's showing up like I'm not live. I'm not streaming to the wrong channel, am I? Hell, knowing me, I could be. There it is. Now we're working. Where's chat? There's chat. Let me try something real quick. It says it's playing an ad, but I don't see that. Hell if I know. Whatever. How do I pop out chat? Okay. And I can should be able to pause the stream from here. Again, I'm sorry, we're working on this. I can change the name and all that. Eventually I'll get it right. Are we live? I think we are. Yep, 4 minutes. And I'll go ahead and change the title. Hey guys! If somebody's actually watching, I don't know. I need to figure all this crap out, I really do. Pop out chat. Stream's looking good from what I can tell. Alright, now I think we can pop up the game. Sorry for that delay. I should be able to see chat and everything now. Like I said, first time I'm using a secondary screen, so it's a little different. Uh, you really are a handful. But a delightful handful. His words keep repeating in my head. I cannot stop hearing his voice and feeling his lips on my hand. My face feels warm, and every time I think about his words, my heartbeat feels unsteady. Now, I'm not saying we're going to play this all night, because one of my friends invites me to a game of any kind, I'll go and join them. This is just like a last minute thing. I really have to stop thinking about that. Karma is karma, and he puts on that overly polite act with everyone. I need to move my chat over so I can see better. Okay. Make sure I'm within frame. Alrighty. But then, I am pretty sure I have never seen him do something like that with another person. I'll just go downstairs and stop thinking about all of this. I need to tell Parfait and Delora what happened. Because of the time I'd like to return to the Martian yesterday, I never spoke to anyone about what happened. Maybe someone's downstairs. Someone usually is. I leave my room and make my way downstairs to the reception. It is quiet when I enter, but not as silent as I thought it would be. Karma is sitting at one of the tables, speaking quietly with Parfait and Delora. His injured hand is sitting on the table, bandaged. I cannot help but stare at it, my heart plummeting. His injury is my fault. So, you have yet to hear the entire story. No, I'm afraid I'm not quite privy to the information Waltz has. Is that correct? Waltz has been directly involved in this far longer than you have. What about Waltz? Princess, you're up early. They all look at me as I stand at the table. Karma still looks tired, and not in his dress. He looks somber, but he still smiles at me. Lucette, how nice of you to join us. When did he start saying my name without my title? Lucette, you've run into a lot of different mishaps this week, haven't you? I thought you would be stubbornly avoiding work instead. You go out of your way to get yourself into trouble. This involves me directly. How would I not be curious? You've also been irresponsible, sneaking out without any of us knowing. I have the freedom to do whatever I want. I even wore a cloak to... Oh no, the cloak. I left it at the bar. I feel a nudge at my arm, and Carmen is holding out my cloak with a tired smile. You went back to get this? When? Yesterday when you were still in bed. You've been running yourself dry these last few days, Karma. It's nothing. Thank you. What's this? Our ice princess is thanking someone? Why is this something so strange? Oh, come now. She's not so icy. Lucette is is more fire than anything. She's filled with unbridled passion and confidence. Hello. This is just an interesting story if you've not watched any of it yet. Confidence that has gotten me nowhere so far. Don't look so dour, Lucette. You've become quite the accomplished woman. Karma gestures towards me, and I flush, unsure of what he's talking about. Then I notice Delora's eyes are on me too. Oh, Parfait, do you see that? What are they really looking at? Mainly, I'm just waiting for one of my friends to send me a game invite or something. I reach down and grab my necklace, and then pause. I cannot stop the gasp that leaves my lips. Got a piece. I got a piece. When did this happen? I forgot. I needed to pull up the. There. Okay. Princess, you did not realize there is an extra piece to your necklace? Congratulations, Princess Lucette. You're a step closer to breaking your curse. I feel proud. I only ever felt this way around Mother. She did me a great favor yesterday. If not for Lucette, I might have suffocated beneath a pile of very excited women. Giggity. Wait, helping Karma escape was a good deed? Duh. She was selfless. He's not even mentioning the injury he got from protecting me. Parfait and Delora are both smiling, but the cheerful mood does not last long. What were you all talking about before I came down? About your kidnapping. Well, kidnappings. Both of them. It looks like we have a serious problem on our hands. What do you know about this? What does Waltz know that I don't? It's more about what everyone else knows that you don't. What everyone else knows? I feel anger begin to simmer inside of me. Even though he looks apologetic, he says it so casually. I just realized I need to rename one of my episodes to this. What are y'all hiding from me? I named it wrong. Let's gather everyone later, shall we? I think Waltz might want to be here for this too. What does Waltz have to do with anything? Any of it? Be patient, Princess. You've already waited this long. What's another few hours? I have no choice but to agree when Parfait and Delora refuse to say any more. But I'm not happy about it. I spend the rest of my time doing idle chores around the tavern. I do a round of sweeping with Mr. Broom and mindlessly organize some of the bottles. I cannot believe everyone knows something about me that I don't. But now I'll find out the entire story. Maybe it will answer some of the questions I have. But why are they keeping things about me a secret to begin with? Delora gathers everyone in the tavern to discuss the kidnappings. I decide to sit in between Waltz and Karma. So we have a story to tell. Story time, huh? I don't suppose this would be a romance, would it? Gotta hope not. How can you stand to make comments like that constantly? How can you stand to live a lie? The two glare at each other from across the table, but Delora silences them. Delora starts with a story about the Great War, one that I have already heard so many times, but I can recite it myself. What does any of this have to do with me? Because of the fairy tales, witches like myself were punished for simply existing. Our leader, the Tinnerbread Bearer, was a kind of witch that was overtaken by grief that our people suffered. She was driven so far into madness that she created the fairy tale curse to punish humans and make them suffer as the witches had. And when that wasn't enough, she committed the ultimate taboo. She killed a human. Sounds like fun. I tried to stop her, but by the time I thought to act, I was too late. Knowing that Delora and Parfait were involved in the Great War makes it seem more real. But wasn't the Tinnerbread Bearer killed? How can the fairy tale curse continue to spread if she is dead? I believe that the Tinnerbread Bearer was sacrificed the last bit of her life to continue powering the Tinnerbread. Yes, I'm sure I'm not saying that right. All to ensure the remaining witches could continue spreading the fairy tale curse. Is none of this ringing a bell to you? Or for you? What are you talking about? I'm probably only going to play this for maybe half an hour. And then go to another game. She really did erase your memories. Erase? The witch who died, the Tinnerbread Bearer, was your mother, Princess Lucette. What? For some reason I turned to look at Karma, who is one of the only people who doesn't look away from me. I grew up outside this kingdom, but even I know of this terrible witch Hildyr. You expect me to believe any of this? She wasn't a witch. I would remember that. Well, you would if you had memories of the war, and the years before that. Under Hildyr's rule, the palace was a dark place. The king didn't have any real power until Hildyr was defeated. That goes for the rest of us, too. We were slaves to Hildyr. Delora's eyes flickered to Waltz. It's the truth. Waltz knows because he is also a witch. He experienced Hildire's command over the witches firsthand as well. Waltz is a witch? Sorry for keeping it a secret, Princess. It's not as if I use my much... I can use much magic anymore anyway, now that I'm cursed. This is just another secret of many. It seems everyone is hiding something. Everyone was freed after Hildire's reign, witches, fairies, humans alike. The king was even able to marry Ophelia, the woman he always truly loved. So has always been Ophelia that he truly loved. Was that the reason I never felt any love from him? Because I was my mother's daughter? He gave up on me? No, dear, I don't think he gave up on me! My voice is too loud in the reception area. I feel it crack beneath the pressure, and suddenly I want to cry. But Mother told me so many times not to cry. The king gave up on me. The king gave up on me, but Mother didn't. Mother would tell me this. It was all a lie. She would tell me not to trust anyone. They must be lying. I turn to Karma for some reason. I trust him more than I trust Delora or Parfait. Is this the truth? I was told the story of Hildire and her daughter, Lucette. They said you were the picture of elegance, but that you shared your mother's icy nature. But I don't think that's true at all. If Hildire was ice, then you would most certainly are a warm fire. If my mother was a witch, then what does that make me? You're a witch as well, whether or not you were ever taught to use magic. On your upcoming birthday, you will become the Tinnerbird Bear. Do you realize how ridiculous this all sounds? Me, a witch? The king never said anything. And now I can't even ask him this is truth because I am cursed. Why would you even curse me? We didn't want a repeat of the tragedy, Lucette. I'm gonna scoot my TV over. Oh God, I went a little too far. All right. I'm probably gonna have to adjust my camera now. I'm sorry. I'm watching for the stream to change. Selma Bailey. Looks good, from what I can tell. I'm gonna pop over to the main screen. Okay. Wrong way. That way. Sorry, guys. I shouldn't have moved it, but I did. Move this down. That's why I chose to do this game, so I could get adjusted. Alright, pull back up the game. I sat on your shelves for almost a year, Princess. There was ice in your heart, and if you had inherited the Tenenbaum in that state, who knows what would happen. Then why didn't you just tell me any of this? Delora and Parfait look at each other before dropping their gazes to the ground. If we'd told you before, would you have even bothered to listen? The king must have tried to do the same, and look how that turned out. Crap, I forgot to do something. There we go. You down, you down. I'm so sorry, guys. Alright. Now everything can be done. You shut everyone out who ever tried to help you about, or tell you about Hildire's true nature. Oh, god dang it. I'm still not used to the double screen thing. I'm so sorry. That's probably true. Even now I'm having trouble believing that they are telling the truth. The whole world feels as if it's collapsing around me. Oh god, I'm not paused, am I? Or did I accidentally pause the stream? No, oh, it's just frozen. Lovely. Come on, dingus. Did I pause it? I may have paused it by accident. It says I'm still streaming, so I'm not paused. Maybe it's just frozen for me, I don't know. Auto... It's on auto, so that ain't gonna help. If we're frozen, I apologize. We've already been going 20 minutes, so... I need to escape. I need to go out somewhere else, but... Why are the witches looking for me? You are the heir to the Tinderbrim. No doubt the witches... Or the evil witches want you on their side, so they continue wreaking havoc in jail with the fairy tale curse. The men who were looking out for Lucette were not witches, though. They were knights. Perhaps the witches and the knights are working together. This must be part of the orchestra scheme to steal the throne. What are you talking about? The reason why Garland and I left the Order of Caldera is because the king did not believe us about Alistair's coup. How would he know the prince's identity, though? Anyone who isn't a witch or a fairy isn't cursed should be able to remember her. But now we all know that it's not just the witches looking for the princess, but the knights of the Order of Caldera as well. They definitely have a description of her from someone. Set. Karma reaches out a hand and touches my shoulder, and I flinch back before standing up. I cannot speak about this now. I want to be left alone. Let go. Let her go. She'll need time to think. I leave everyone sitting at the table to try to process the whirling thoughts in my mind. A witch, the first witch to kill a human. God damn it. I think it's my internet. Because I can't get it to play at all. Let me reload that. Maybe it'll work then. Yeah, see, it's telling me I have no stream. Awesome. Oh, there it goes. Alright, I had to fix it. I'm so sorry. Hilda, my mother, was the only person I ever loved me. I thought ever loved me. Was the Tinderbrim bearer, the witch, the first witch to kill a human. The witch started the fairy tale curse. All this time I thought Mother was the only one who cared, but what if she never did? I stayed in my room for a long time trying to process everything I had just been told. I'm reading it fast trying to get through this chapter, because it froze again. Days go by before I decide to leave the tavern again to watch Carmen and practice with the knights. These last few days I've felt hollow. Maybe seeing the normal practices will help me feel better. Maybe it'll make things feel like nothing's changed. When I arrive at the forest, however, Carmen is standing in the clearing. Only Carmen is staring. He is staring through the trees as if he sees something there. But his expression is solemn, almost sad. Eventually he sighs, shaking his head before turning in my direction. Who's that? I prepare for a response, but I find no words come to mind. I have not spoken to Carmen since the talk about Mother and witches, and any of the ease I felt with him before has slipped away. Still, I came here on my own. I cannot just stand here and be mute. I say the first thing that comes to mind. Where are Urin and Garland? I only train with Garland. Urin is on patrol duty tonight. He'll be here later. I just came early. It seems you did too. Or seems I did too. Lucette, are you okay? I'm sorry I haven't been by to see you. It's not as if you owe that to me. I don't owe it to you, but I truly wanted to. I've just been busy these last few days scouting the town for info. As much as I want you to come with me. What would you even have wanted to pair up with someone like me anyway? Why, Princess, that's because I'm bitter and cold, even though I want to change. All I can think about is myself. But now I want to change because I do not want to be the same as my mother. Isn't that selfish? Maybe so, but maybe I believe you are being selfish for the right reasons. An entirely selfless person cannot survive in this world. Before we can make others happy, we have to be happy ourselves. Happy? Ourselves? Yes, an angry person holds resentment toward everyone, and it mars whatever good deeds they seek to do. That is why I cannot complete my good deeds. Wrong, you've already got one. Recognizing the need for change is always a good thing, Lucette. Regardless for the motivation, you are trying to become a better person. Oh, excuse me. That is what matters. He takes a step forward toward me. He puts his hands on my shoulders and leans down. I look right in his eyes. Karma's serious expression startles me as much as his touch. It is never too late for anyone to change. You taught me that. What? How could I have taught Karma anything? Do you mind if I tell you a story, Lucette? He's standing too close. I think it said step away. Step away. Step away. There we go. I step away from him, and Karma's hands fall from my shoulders. He sighs out. The story better just be dramatic as mine. Thank you, Lucette. For what? For agreeing to listen. And for what you just did. Stepping away from him? Was I distracting him? Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a crown prince from a kingdom called Bruganta. Brigantia? I don't know. It's one of the neighboring kingdoms, so this isn't make-believe. His name was Claude Adric Rinaldi Athias Almonte, but because the name was such a mouthful, he settled for an acronym as a nickname. Karma, that's him. At least around the palace, where it was acceptable. Yeah, I already figured that out. Prince Claude was a man who flaunted his beauty and talents to all that he'd met. He often used his title to get what he wanted. Prince Claude was a selfish man who felt he was entitled to everything that he had. He was vain and often left his castle unattended so he could avoid his responsibilities. Then one day he chanced upon a beautiful maiden in the town square. He led her around the whole day, being as charming as he possibly could. And then at the end of the day he asked the woman to be his lover. She agreed, but their time together did not last long. Only weeks later, Prince Claude threw her away as one throws away an object and broke the woman's heart. And she cursed him. That beautiful maiden was a witch, but Prince Claude found that out too late. The witch said she would make his vanity a curse, to make even beauty a curse. Ashamed of being cursed, Prince Claude has donned a disguise and left his kingdom behind. He has been gone for nearly a year now, and most probably assume he's dead. But in truth, the prince had come to Angel seeking a way to break his curse. He had heard of a young lady named Lucette, who, on her 18th birthday, could dispel any curse. Karma? He looks so sad. I don't know how to comfort him. Claude? Karma. Claude turns startling red as he stares at me for a few moments. He does not speak, then bursts out laughing. I stare at him in shock, not understanding his reaction. I feel myself flush. Isn't that your real name? No, darling, it is, but hearing you say my name, well, it sounds so much softer out of your lips than I'd rather like it. My cheeks are warm again. How is it that it always make me feel this way? I will call you by that name if it makes you happy. Let's make it a secret between the two of us. I still miss Karma here. Besides, I'd rather to keep that name for my ears only. It makes me feel more special that way. More special? At that moment, Garland shows up for practice, and Claude politely excuses himself. I watch the two of them trade blows. Claude favors his other hand, but his blows still come quickly, even with his injury. The more Claude tells me, the more I realize he's, like me, a noble cursed for being selfish. But how to help break his curse? Why can't he tell me? As practice is drawing her Claude asks Garland the usual question. Have you confessed to urine yet? Garland only shakes his head in reply. The two men sheathe their swords. Garland looks almost sad as he turns to make his way back to the tavern. It's probably what he's got to get him to do. He likes her, and yet he won't say anything. Why is that? Frustrating me so much. Garland? Yes, princess. I'm guessing you have to tell. You have to tell, yes. Claude told me before confess. Oops. It's hard, but what Garland is going through looks even harder. Okay, you didn't say the name. You know I'm incapable. No, you think you're incapable, but if you never say anything to her, you never know. If I say something wrong, I risk losing everything that I'd already have with her. And if you say nothing, you risk losing everything that you could have with her. Lucette is right. Maybe you should really tell her, Garland. But before Claude was adamant that Garland shouldn't confess, what changed? If I mess this up, let's try to look through another lens. Imagine that Urine is Lucette. How do you think she would like to be confessed to? In front of the two men, arms crossed. Excuse me? Well, you and Urine are very similar. You both look straightforward, very straightforward. Confess to the princess? My eyes move to Claude, but only fleetingly, before they are once again on Garland. You need to do something simple, Garland. Something that will not wrap her the wrong way. Okay, and then I have to save and end this one. And that's only because I'm supposed to keep them a half an hour for certain things. So, let me